Alright, so today we are going to try the Portal 2 testing battery, something that real scientists claim is an accurate measurement for fluid intelligence. And most interestingly, they claimed that it might be, its accuracy might be independent of previous experience with the game Portal 2. Now, I've played this game a little bit, just a few hours. It's not that bad, but I'm curious to see how I stack up against this series. Now the rules are that you have 5 minutes to complete each chamber, which is not a lot. It's not a lot of time, so we might have to be quick here. I don't know how difficult this is going to be, but I have been told that most participants in the study, even those without much experience with video games, were able to get through the first at least 7 chambers okay. So yeah, we'll probably get some tutorial-esque rooms first, and that's going to be fine. Now, the authors also said that they put a lot of thought and effort into each chamber, saying that they would introduce one new idea in like 11 out of 15 chambers, putting a lot of thought and care into designing these tests. I'm expecting some pretty neat little tests. I'm quite curious to see how they do it. They said they won't rely on any quick portaling. It's all complete logic and thinking. So yeah, I'm very curious, very curious to see how this is going to go. So I'm going to start my timer. I'll put one on screen also. And let's look at this 15 chamber set, the Portal Test Battery 01. And whoa, my game is lagging. What's happening? Oh my god. Okay, we have abundant space here. My goodness. We have, yeah, I think, well, as for design points, I would say it's not particularly cramped, so I appreciate that. But yeah, I think this could have been slightly more concise as of the design. So for the puzzle, I mean, I understand why they include a room like this. Like, people who've never played really a video game before, still struggling to realize that D moves you to the right and A to the left, and looking around and walking, if you've never done it before, might be tricky, so it's fine as the first room. But yeah, I think I made it within the 5-minute time window to put the cube onto the button and find the stairs. Even though the lighting was a bit dark, I still managed to locate the exit. So I think, yeah, I think that should conclude the first room. Very interesting. So yeah, a very good test. I'm going to give that a definite thumbs up. I'm not sure what's up with this thumbnail, to be completely honest, how they managed to get that wrong. But yeah, very cool. Let's go to the next chamber. Let me reset this timer. I think everything was fine. Alright, time for test number 2. Very curious to see what this is going to introduce. We get only a cube, it says, but now we also get portals. Now we get a cube, but I think, yeah, there isn't much to do with it. It's a nice little red herring there, not a particularly recommendable design choice. You have this cube completely unused. I guess this is probably just trying to throw players for a loop, like, oh my, what would I have to do with the cube? I know my cube died. Oh, there's a new one, that's good. Yeah, there's still copious amounts of space, I would say, and striking contrast in the amount of puzzle, but yeah, I think we worked this one out as well. I think we have enough portal services. Lighting is still a bit subpar, but I'm sure that things will become more complicated very soon. And I don't think, with all due respect, their claim about you know, having previous experience with Portal 2 not contributing to my fast solving time is probably quite accurate thus far. So let's move on to chamber number 3. Start the timer once again. Alright, now what will we get this time? We get still only a cube, which is fascinating, but now there's notably more stuff, so I suppose I grab the cube by shooting 2 portals, and then I will put the cube onto the button to raise the stairs. So yeah, there's enough portal surfaces to go about. The lighting is still quite subpar. If I had a dark monitor, navigating would have been the biggest challenge here, but so like how to use the companion cube, very cute. But yeah, I think they most of the time for the participants would probably come from walking and not puzzling, but that's okay. Yeah, well, not much to say about this one. Let's move on to chamber number 4. I think so far I'm doing quite good. I'm feeling quite confident about myself. Yeah, let's go to chamber number 4. So yeah, this is still like the first 7 rooms were solved by everyone, so I'm assuming that the puzzles are coming in the second half, but it's still cool to see how they built this up. I think so far the build-up has been good, and my goodness, what am I looking at? What is this? What? This is an attack on my eyes, first of all. This is huge, and why did it put on the... Why is this on the floor? That's so ugly. Okay, so now I suppose I need the challenge is to, you know, move into the right direction, I suppose, by standing on buttons and doing the same move 3 times, which you know, it's always good. 3rd time is a charm, and charming it is, most definitely. Let's yeah, I think we managed to work this one out quite quickly. Interesting how this final one is not on the floor, but on the walls instead. Allowing for this much cleaner antline. Maybe they tried to clean up their antlines in the end, but didn't quite notice that this construction works for all 3 of these laser fields. But yeah, I think lighting is still a bit subpar, I would say. But the puzzle is, well, I'll forgive them for this one. Maybe they just wanted to have a little bit of fun with the laser fields, you know, appreciate their contrasting red texture. Interestingly here, the thumbnail is actually correct, so I suppose I could have known what I was in for. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up for the effort. I appreciate the science. So let's go to chamber number 5. Yeah, so we're slowly getting out of the tutorial area of the puzzles. Again, we only get a cube. Now, I was also informed that most players were able to solve a puzzle, like the whole battery, in less than 45 minutes. So let's see how we stack up. Here we have an impressive array of buttons leaning to this exit. So I suppose I have to collect 3 different buttons, of which one here is readily available, so let me use it. Okay, so now we're getting into a bit more logic. To use one cube to get the other, and now I'll start navigating these, and I suppose to reach this one I'm going to need 2 cubes, and I shouldn't dawdle for too long, lest I risk running out of time, considering I only get 5 minutes before the challenge is dead. Very well, that is cube number 3, and now I can just toss all these bad boys down before putting them all onto the button. Some nice aesthetic portal surfaces here. Quite appreciate those. Yeah, the size of the room is still its biggest flaw, I would say. In terms of procedural thinking, it's very linear, but there is some there are some steps here, I suppose. They maybe they didn't realize that they could move around the observation room because it seems very eerily close to the default position. Not sure if it casts the most amount of light from there, but yeah. Well, let's move on to chamber number 6. Very interesting. I feel my intelligence being measured as I play. Number 6. What conundrum should we face this time? We get a funnel. Interesting. We are going to have to think with funnels now. Okay, there's considerably more going on now. Let's see. We have a cube, but we can't quite reach it yet. We need 2 buttons to reach the exit. That's all well and good. Now we can try to portal onto here, and we can turn on a funnel permanently, most interestingly. This lift is a nice little red herring in case players forget that they are playing the game Portal. But yeah, I'm not sure if that was intended. It seemed like maybe it was a bit of an oversight, but maybe they appreciated 2 ways to solve this test. Now I think we are probably good to go now, considering the exit conditions are not very subtle, but yeah, they are most clear. Lighting is better somehow. Wonder how they managed that, because I don't think they added any other lights. Maybe it's just the white surfaces that make it seem lighter than any other chambers, but yeah, very nice. The lift, yeah, I think that's probably the biggest flaw. It seemed relatively useless, but yeah, it's an introduction to the funnel. It's not bad. You know, you use the perma button. Not a big fan of that one, but I can forgive it for an introduction. So very, very good map, I would say. One of my favorites so far. Let's move on to the 7th one. So we're moving out, almost moving out of the area of the safe area that everyone was able to solve. This one should still be doable, I think, but the next one might be tricky. So we get more funnel shenanigans with quite an interesting design. It has a bit of an old school feel to it. Getting to this cube might not be so easy because these surfaces don't seem to align quite nicely, but I might be able to get there from this side. Oh, I turned around. Yeah, so this should be good enough. I can't quite funnel inside, but funneling right alongside it. I like this aesthetic little ring you put there. Not sure what's up with this space though, but yeah, I think we should be good. Now these double stairs are, of course, for aesthetic effect, very effective. Yeah, they put in some effort here, I would say, into the aesthetics. Very, very careful design, obviously. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on. We're going into scary waters. We're going into very, very scary territory. Now we're going to test number 8. I think this might be the first one that's not been solved by everyone. And for those wondering, I am still manually resetting the timer on my phone, just in case their claim about video game experience not mattering is true. And now, oh my god, what am I looking at? Okay, I can see why people struggle to comprehend this one, because I'm already confused. What in the actual heavens were they thinking here? What is this? So this basically activates everything, so I guess that does make it easy. It doesn't matter, it just... Okay, it just disables like all of these light bridges and this fizzler, I suppose. Now, as a design choice, I wouldn't quite have done it like this. But yeah, that's just me, of course. What do I know? Well, there's a couple of interesting things there. There's a second cube there. There's a button here that does something... Crossing hand lines all over the place. Okay, so this is the exit condition, and I have only 4 minutes left to solve this test. Now, things are getting a bit scary. Let me just put the cube on the button for lack of alternative and take a peek up here. Now, I guess I'll ride up these lifts for no apparent reason. And my goal is to get that cube. How would I do that? If I could fling to this one. That's okay. But yeah, I'm not sure what the point is of any of this. Ah, there's a fling area that I had missed in the darkness. Now, is there any way for me to fling onto there, perhaps? Or should I just ignore that cube and... No, I should definitely take it up here. Okay, interesting. How would I get this cube? It's not so easy, I don't think. I can see why people would get stuck here. Not sure what the idea is. What if I were to take it off the button? Would anything happen? I can't really use any of the light bridges, can I? What's the point? Oh, I think I know, actually. It's a red herring, and the cube is impossible to obtain. I suppose they just want me to get... Oh god, I have to wait now. Okay, well, I think we are still good. Suppose they want me to just leave the cube on the light bridge here, and I'll drop it myself by standing on top of it. This is a bit tricky to line up, so that is interesting. It's still not quite right. Okay, that's close enough. Now I want to fling it onto here. I suppose they lined this up nicely. Let's see if the cube is going to stay on the button. I highly doubt it, to be completely honest, but let's try. That's what I feared. And my time is ticking. My time is ticking. I'm afraid I'm almost out of time. And I failed the challenge on chamber 8, which is quite remarkable. So yeah, I guess they were correct. They were indeed correct. It doesn't matter how much experience you have with Portal 2. This cube is not going to stay on that button anytime soon. Maybe if I lower the portal ever so slightly. Final seconds are ticking. My goodness! Now I need to bunny hop to make it to the exit. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. That was down to the second. Man, they had this red herring in there. They had this finicky move. Okay, well that was something. I'm not sure who greenlit this project, but I'm not even gonna give this one a thumbs up. This one sucked. Alright, puzzle number 9. Now I'm scared for the next ones. Now I'm definitely very scared. Okay, think they like red herrings. That's just their thing. They like. What do we get now? We get goo and cubes. Okay, we get. My goodness. I suppose they just want me to do this. Ah. Okay. This is wait, what? Perhaps that's not what I wanted me to do, because this is already the exit. What else is there in this room actually? There's this beautiful bridge. And then there is... yes, 2 unreachable cubes. Man, the amount of red herrings here are insane. That's crazy. This is their test? That sucks. Oh my god. No! Why? What? This is so surprising. I hadn't thought this would be so lame. Well, what? This is crazy. I'm honestly taken aback for a moment. These tests are very different to what I expected. Perhaps that's why my experience shouldn't matter. Now, let's go to number 10. Let's go to number 10. We have a cube, a funnel, and goo here. God, look at this beauty. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my god, what are these ant lines? So there's a button here that does all of these things. There's a funnel here. There's a cube here. I can just respawn at will. Exit is over there. So I suppose step 1 is just to cross this gap. And there is a button. Not sure what it does. Ah, it drops that cube again. That's fascinating. Now, this is just the exit. Clearly, of course, as you can see from the end lines. And this disables all of those things. Now, I suppose I have to move the cube. And then we should be done, but man, this is a very, very wide gap for no reason at all. And the lighting... I'm still looking for a single light strip, considering these are all PTI. There is light strips in PTI, right? Or have I messed around with BMod too much to remember this? I like how they apply the open exit policy. That's much appreciated. No, wait. I saw some lights there. I think I did. Or did I? Perhaps I didn't. Was that the Fizzler emitters? Well, that was something. Let's move on to the next one. My adrenaline is still sort of, you know, it's pumping from test 9, or was it 8? I think it was test 8. This is test 11. We have only a cube. And we get here this huge drop. Okay. Our goal is to put a cube on this button. And we can stand on this one. But I don't see to what effect. This nice little high, I appreciate that. Indicative of some good science right there. So yeah, I think this is another red herring because it doesn't give me anything. Because I feel like what they want me to do is something like this. Oh my god, that's so lame. You shouldn't exist. I'm getting upset now. Hi. Man. I'm speechless. Absolutely speechless. They gave these to like 150 students. Poor students. My goodness. Test 12. Getting into the real mind benders. The real ones. What do we have? A cube. You know, the only thing I can give them is that they don't element spam. But still they manage to include red herrings in their antlines, which is sinful. So we have 3 buttons. We're going to need 3 cubes. I have 2. So I need to get that one. And it's not clear how I would manage to get there. It's not clear at all. Am I overlooking something? Because this looks a little strange. This just responds. Wait, what? This just responds to 2 cubes. And I mean, yeah, I'm going to need to climb the stairs, no? This is impossible to obtain. I think I might have an idea as to what they want me to do, but I'm not sure if that's true. Do they want me to like cube climb or something? There's no way, right? Yeah, I think this is probably it, isn't it? That's so bad. No! Why? Because there's no way. There is no way. I like how this is just from the portal surface from the standard chamber, and I just expanded it like that. Oh god. I can't. I've just lost all hope for science. No, you're not getting a thumbs up. You're getting none of that good stuff. Test number 13, almost done. Last 3 mind benders. Try to, trick you. We have cubes and goo this time. There is the exit. We have a button that does those stairs to reach a different button. We have some portal surfaces here. Oh god, I think I see. So, you're like, what do? I can't reach nothing. Well, let me tell you what you do. It's all a red herring. This is tiring. This is so annoying. This is literally pissing me off at this point. No. Why? This is so bad. No. Number 14. What is it this time? What is it now? Cubes and goo. What is it this time? So we have a button next to the exit, so 2 cubes is again enough. Alternatively, there's 3 buttons attached to the staircase, but of course that's gonna be a red herring, consider that this is all fair game. And wait, we have 4 cubes. That's a lot of cubes. And we can respawn this one for no reason. And this one I suppose I can just rescue it just as before. Which is just super stupid. Very, very dumb. And now we're done, right? Because we can cube climb again. Do I even bother? Do I even feel like does this even, I mean this doesn't even reach up to this. Like this is just a red herring. You're like, oh cool, I have raised the stairs. Oh what, I can't reach. This is a disaster. A disaster. A true and utter disaster. Oh god. No, I don't. Stupid red herring buttons. We'll do the cube climb, alright? We'll do your stupid. You know, typically a 2-block cube climb is not enough, but only because of this aesthetic little thing is it enough. There we go. It's just barely also. If you don't know these things, then sure you're gonna get stranded just because normal people don't think to do stupid things in a cool game. Oh, that's actually not true. Just look at my Why Are Most Popular Pull 2 Maps So Bad video. Now this is gonna get a huge skip. And the final one. This is, you know, the pinnacle. All of the things we have learned, and all the brain cells we have lost, come together here in this cube and light bridge puzzle, which does look kind of intense. Let's take these vantage points to take a look. So to open the exit, it's actually closed this time. That's interesting. I have to put a cube on the button, and getting to that button should be, it's probably like a fling kind of idea. We have a cube, just one. So this is the only floor portal. So that is that. I suppose do I just have to do the same thing as in the cursed room? Because it doesn't seem particularly high. Doesn't strike me as enough speed. No. Oh, it's even unaligned anyway. Okay, that's interesting. Is there a different way for us to get some speed somewhere? I was just gonna say, like, I don't, why is there no grating here? That's like, that is the #1 biggest trapping situation I have ever seen in any Portal 2 map. Like, for real. That's also one of the lamest things I've ever seen in my entire life. If I may add. Careful not to actually die here. Okay, well, does this work? Of course it doesn't. Okay, let's put that a little lower. Now the challenge is to get this cube to just magically stay on the button within 2 minutes, which is yeah, it's not a guarantee, I would say. If you give it this much speed. Well, I guess we like that. Now I need to get there myself, which is fine. Just jump. And we managed to beat the Portal 2 test battery. That's another rat herring. It's so bad. It's so bad. I guess they weren't trying to make good Portal 2 tests. Kind of intelligence test. But this is like... This is not the way, I think. Even though their results are like, yeah, it's correlated. This is just a red herring galore. It's absolutely ridiculous. I personally don't think intelligence is a measure of spotting red herrings and yeah. Let's look at the location of this portal. That's so bad. I think intelligence is it's like logical thinking, right? This is just guessing and ugh, very bad. Very, very, very bad. Well, I suppose that was the portal test battery. I'm sad. I am sad. Yeah, well, I'm speechless. That's about it. See ya.